Hi and welcome to the third Super Lever video of the Conversion Pivot series. So far we've looked at how you can improve your conversion rate through your keyword research and ad creative. Now we've reached the pointy end and it's time to take a look at how to optimize your landing pages with a goal to improve conversion rate. There's a good 15 tips to this one, so we'll cover each element in detail to give you the best start with your own landing page. The most immediate need is for a fast loading time. If the page is too slow to load or it won't load at all, you can lose your potential customer when they give up and move on to the next site, and you haven't even had the chance to persuade them to take any kind of action. You've paid for the click with no possibility of return. Google has emphasized the importance of this by including loading time in their quality score calculations. The very next thing would have to be the look and feel of your landing page. As soon as a visitor lands on your page, you need to convince them to stay, because if it's immediately off-putting for any reason, the visitor will bounce straight out and head to the nearest competitor. For example, if someone's looking for a business loan and they come to a site that's pink and fluffy, this is unlikely to convert many visitors. Likewise, if the page is all solid text and very hard on the eyes, they may not even bother. If you're using a lot of flash and it takes way too long to get anywhere, the same could also happen. Think of the reasons why you've closed down some search pages that you've found and apply your personal experience to your professional landing pages. Make your landing page attractive and persuade the visitor to stay right where they are. First impressions count online as well as offline. After look and feel, the site itself should have an easy, understandable layout with clear, easy-to-use navigation. Layout includes such things as headings, subheadings, bullets and numbering and other text separators, even just white space. No one wants to see a huge block of unbroken text in front of them. Placement of different elements such as images and basically providing an overall easy-to-understand page. You can use these elements as a bit of a map to guide visitors to where you want them to go and lead them through the site by hand, so to speak. Navigation is also part of Google's landing page guidelines, but it's also hugely important for conversions. After all, your visitors have to navigate through your site to convert. If that's difficult, they may give up, so make sure the navigation for your site is user-friendly, and this is far better than being fancy. There's actually a particular tea shop that I frequent through their physical shopfront, and they recently started up a website that's just beautiful with zoom in, high-def images of the tea leaves, etc. But it's that impractical to use and add anything to your basket, especially in Firefox, that I just gave up. So ease of use definitely trumps the flashiness in this case. And on that note, make sure everything works properly in different browsers as well. The next point is headings, and headings come under both layout to break up a page and make it easy to read, and it's also part of your copy where you want to make them eye-catching and very obviously relevant to what the searcher is after. Initially, your headline is vital in sparking your visitors' interest. They need to see immediately what your site is about and recognize that they've found what they were searching for. Then they'll continue to read if you've caught their curiosity. A great headline or heading is going to show them clearly and quickly that your landing page offers them the answer to their question or solution to their problem, because that in effect is what the search query box is. They're putting in a question or they've got a problem that they're looking for the answer to. So here are 4 tips for effective headlines. Pose a question that your visitors can relate to. A question to which they can just answer, yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. For example, are your landing pages delivering the profit you want? You can also address a fear or concern and connect with your visitors' emotions. Make them aware of what they could be losing and what they certainly don't want to lose. For example, if you're not optimizing your landing page, you're losing thousands of dollars. On the other hand, you can show them the benefit. Give them a picture of what they'll gain, the rewards of their success after they read your page and take you up on your offer. For example, increase your profits by 500% by building quality landing pages. And also make your headings stand out. use a different color, font, and size from the rest of your content. And moving on to content, persuasive content starts by being totally relevant to what the searcher is looking for. It should particularly follow on from your keywords and ads and basically meet the expectation of the person who clicked on your ad. If you've advertised a particular deal, make it clear on your landing page. Follow through. Using jargon or abbreviation could also be a good way to connect to your audience, depending on your product. For example, a surfing site would use different language or jargon to connect to its visitors than a credit card or financial site. The amount of content that you use pretty much depends on the product and your audience. So another example here, earth moving equipment would need more of a description and more, say, a technical specification than a dog bowl. Likewise, someone who's actually searching for earth moving equipment would require more information than someone searching for dog bowls. Above all, make sure that your content is keyword rich, and you still need to keep a balance between natural, easy to read content and keyword stuffing to try and wangle search engines. Sounding redundant and repeating keywords doesn't help to persuade the customer and doesn't usually work on Google anymore either. We've covered this in the video prior, but using dynamic keyword insertion is a great way to target the content of your landing pages to your visitor. Tools such as Speed PPC do most of the work for you, so not only will it automatically match content to the user's search term, it'll also spare you from having to create a separate landing page for each keyword. The best persuasion, though, can be offering truly valuable content to your visitor and putting them in the driver's seat of the benefits they'll experience. Following on from the previous point, but deserving a separate mention, is the type of content you provide. We all learn a bit differently and react differently to types of information and how it's provided. So, for example, some people will want to know what. In other words, the facts, figures, hard information. Perhaps graphs, diagrams, and proof work well in this case. Other people will want to know why, so why should they take notice and take action of what you're talking about? What's in it for them? You can paint a picture of the benefits or even the consequences otherwise. Some people will want to know how what you're talking about is actually done in practice, and demonstrations and how-tos can work really well here. Other people will want to know what if. So what if I went and did it right now? This is still a bit of what's in it for me, so the benefits need to be clear here. Additionally, the different media people will respond to varies. So you may like to include different forms of delivering your information, such as text or ebook, video, teleseminar, or something auditory, and connect with more of your target audience this way, because even with certain similarities, we're all still very unique. Part of the media you use is likely to be images, and these are powerful persuasive tools because a picture really does say 1,000 words. So use pictures that say things for you. For example, they may show the benefits of taking up your offer, or use images to evoke emotion because most sales are emotive decisions. Use images to show the practical side to a customer, so a bit more of a how-to, and this could take pages of text otherwise. Use hero shots with people to inspire trust, and you'll notice these on most big financial sites. And use images to convey good, friendly service, and you've probably also noticed many sites with a live chat or support section show an attractive, friendly model with a headset on, ready to help you out. Also use images to break up large blocks of text and keep the reader's attention. So just overall, use images that complement your site and offer and help to persuade your prospect to turn into your customer. Now also be careful with your linking. Outbound links can be part of your website, but please make sure they're not leading your visitors away from your page. Once you capture them through the ad click, you want to keep them on your page until they convert, not offer them a way out to somewhere else where they may get distracted and not find their way back. Think of department stores and the way they're laid out. Most have good signage to guide you to other sections within the store, but try and find your way out and you usually have to ask. They certainly don't make it easy for you to exit and head off to another store. With a website, It's far easier for a visitor to exit by closing the page or opening up another window and going off on a bit of a tangent. So try and limit this by keeping them navigating and converting within your website. Social proof is a great way to gain the trust of your visitor and convince them to order for you. It's a bit like herd behaviour or follow the leader or keeping up with the Joneses. People are influenced by other people. It's as simple as that, really. So including a couple of well-placed comments on your landing page can be more convincing than sales copy because it's an independent opinion. Particularly if you offer various products or services, then having a matching testimonial right next to the specific product is a huge conversion tool. Look at Amazon as an example. If you're looking for a product and you read great reviews against it, you're more inclined to hit the add to cart button right there and then. Testimonials, of course, are different to reviews because their purpose is usually positive and you control what's included on your site and where. So social proof plays a valuable part in converting your prospects to customers, and one of the best ways to use it is with testimonials, written or video or auditory even, to inspire trust and influence conversions. Once you've convinced a visitor of all the benefits, you want to avoid them thinking, yeah, that's all good, I'll come back later. Because half the time, or more actually, they'll forget. So this point's all about striking while the iron is hot and giving your visitor a reason to purchase now. Someone who finds your site, browses and leaves without converting may never come back, even if they liked what they saw. If they're given incentive to take action then and there, they become an existing customer you can cultivate a relationship with. More than the immediate sale, it could bring you repeat and referral business, worth way more than the price of the incentive that you offered. Some ideas for incentivizing include free shipping, discounting, for example 20% off or buy 2 get 3, competitions, for example a cash prize or a physical prize, gift voucher on repeat purchase, sometimes you might get 20% off on your next purchase, for example, a rewards or loyalty program. Incentives don't even need to cost money. It could be as simple as emphasizing the opportunity to be part of an online community or offering a free newsletter subscription, keeping them up to date. Adding value is another way to inspire customers to take immediate action. Of course, having a time limit creates even more urgency and incentive to act immediately, so making the above offers time sensitive works extremely well to jumpstart your conversion rate. Now, you may already know the importance of including calls to action. As obvious as it may be, you do need to tell your visitors what you expect them to do and then make it easy for them. Calls to action aren't just for purchasing either. They can include buy now, click here, sign up, opt-in boxes, etc. Basically, they're triggers for visitors to perform the action you're after. Also keep in mind, people take action in various ways. One person may click on a link, another may click on a picture. Someone may watch a video and then take the next step from there. So you can supply different options, but not too many to be confusing, to suit people's various preferences. Cater your calls to any visitor using different triggers and make it obvious and easy for visitors to convert at whatever stage they make the decision. Following on from the above, it's very important to include calls to action above the fold or on the first visible screen of your landing page. It shouldn't be just at the very bottom of a long spiel of text. And yes, you should definitely have a call to action at the end to capture those people who need full convincing. However, you should also have a call to action that's immediately obvious without the visitor needing to click, scroll, or even twitch. For example, one visitor may be able to make a very quick decision. They might be a repeat visitor. They know what they're looking for, and you clearly offer it, and they're all set to go. Another visitor may need more convincing and might read to midway or the very bottom of your page before deciding. So the point at which they take action is different, and you need to be there ready waiting. Now, the right amount of calls to action depends on your web page structure and your content. Be careful not to overdo it and figuratively hit them over the head with an overload of calls to action, but make sure that wherever your visitor is, they can clearly see how they can take you up on your offer. So for example, someone might need to go to the shipping page, they might go to the About Us or Contact Us page. If they're navigating through your site, make it clear how they can go about taking up your offer once they've made their decision. So this usually also means that you do need to include enough above the fold for your visitor to make a positive decision and take action. So let this guide your copywriting as well. Moving your triggers from below the fold to above can sometimes increase your conversions by several 100%. If you're using forms to collect visitor information, keep them simple and as brief as necessary. And be careful of trying to capture too much information before you've gained a visitor's trust. So, for example, a long-term customer that you've cultivated a relationship with may be far more willing to give you certain information than a first-time visitor. Having a privacy policy or stating what you'll do with your visitor's information if you collect it is good practice for building trust and subsequently converting your customer. Now let's put a spotlight on the shopping cart process. Have you ever gone to purchase something and then given up partway through? It was just too hard. An exciting purchase can quickly turn into sour grapes if you make people jump through too many hoops. I'm sure we've all had that experience. So don't put roadblocks in the way of people becoming your customers. Make it as easy and friction-free as possible. Of course, if the credit card details are entered and submitted ASAP, there's very little time for second thoughts as well. It's all very smooth, fast, and with less people bailing out throughout the process because they've cooled off. Also under this point, I'd like to include that you should make it clear what your shipping terms and costs are if applicable, what payment methods are available, what guarantee period applies if applicable, and whether refunds are offered, and the terms. A really good way to analyse your cart process is through a sales funnel in your analytics. See where people are quitting through the process. For example, you may find 60% of people are getting to step 2 of your cart process and falling off the wagon. Then you can try and pinpoint why to eliminate the problem and increase the number of visitors completing the cart process. You've already convinced them to take action and you really don't want to lose them at this point. A sales funnel, it's not only a handy way to identify improvements, it's also a good way to identify problems if anything crops up. For example, say the card processing is failing. So if you haven't already got a method of tracking through your sales process in your analytics, set one up if you can, because it's a really good way to see what's happening and what people are doing throughout your cart process. Really important to do but easy to neglect is testing. There are so many elements to a good landing page. You should be continually testing different combinations and improving on your landing page. Once your conversion rate is 100%, then you can stop testing, sit back and write about the perfect landing page. Until then, use A/B split testing or multivariate testing to determine which elements are performing and then refine your landing page further based on the results. For example, you could test whether your landing page converts better when your copy is based on the benefits or the problem being solved. You could test which hero image works the best. Does your page convert better when the image is of a male or female, a person looking directly at the viewer or away, a nature shot, animal shot, etc.? See which action button or call works the best. Add to cart, add to basket, order, get, purchase, etc. And also see which incentive converted the highest rate of visitors. For example, $10 off if they spent over $80 or 20% off for 3 days. You can see which one works best so you can use that in future. Testing is a constant process, but I can't emphasize enough how vital it is to keep your landing pages performing and converting more and more. That concludes the last video of the conversion pivot. This has been a fairly detailed look at building or optimizing your landing pages to net more conversions because there's so much opportunity here for you. So hopefully you've now got a great base of knowledge to start building quality landing pages that convert like crazy. Thanks for watching.